to Rev and Restore. My name's Keith and today we're going to ceramic coat my TVR Tamora. So I'm going to be using Gtechniq's Crystal Serum Light and EXO V5 product, which comes in a kit. And if you watch my other channel, Classic Mini Workshop, you'll have seen I've already done this on my Racing Green Mini and really given that a good test of driving it through some extreme weather. And I've got to say, the Crystal Serum Light coating held up exceptionally well. So I think it would be great protection for my TVR. So ceramic coatings need to be professionally applied. That doesn't mean you can't do it yourself at home, but it does mean you need to carefully follow the instructions. And there might be some bits of kit which you don't have. So first off, we have the Crystal Serum Light kit. This comes with the EXO V5, the Crystal Serum, and some panel wipe. That kit costs around £100 and I've already done one car, so as you can see we'll probably get 3 cars out of that kit. So actually, value for money wise, that is not bad buying it like that. Moving on, the other bits of kit you're going to need, just a water sprayer, clay bar, some clay lube, and then you'll need some polishing compound as well. You can either use TVR G3 or maybe G10 if you want a finer finish. On my car, the paintwork's pretty good on it already, so I'm just going with the G10, and I'm going with a medium pad, compounding pad, and I'm using a Duran DA orbital polisher. Applying the coating on the car itself is very quick and easy to do, but you have to do quite a bit of prep before you get to that stage, and I would say it's probably going to take you a full day to do, if not maybe a little bit more if you're dealing with a big car. The first thing we need to do, which I've already done, so step 1 is give the car a very good decontamination wash. So that's with suds and water. Step 2, we need to machine polish the car. So we're going to use a Duran DA orbital sander and we're going to use a medium pad and TVR G10. The whole idea with doing that is to prep the surface of the car so there's no contaminants on it and it's the best it can be before you apply the ceramic coating. Step 3 is more decontamination, and this time we're going to use a clay bar with some clay lube just to go over all of the panels on the car and remove any of that in-ground contamination that hasn't already been removed by compounding or washing. Step 4 is panel wipe. So we're going to panel wipe the whole car just to remove any last solvents, oils, greases or anything like that that might be left on the paintwork from all the decontamination we've been doing. This stuff is really strong and it just ensures we get that perfectly clean panel before we then move on to step 5, which is applying the Crystal Serum Light. Like I say, I've already used this on one car, so there's enough in there to do 3 cars. You get a nice little pipette so you can measure it out nicely. And like when you're spraying a car, all the hard work is up until this point. Actually applying the ceramic coating is quick and easy to do. They do give you applicator pads to apply it as well. And you're going to need a selection of good quality microfiber cloths for buffing it off afterwards. And then once the Crystal Serum has fully cured, we'll give it a good couple of hours to do that. We'll then move on to the final stage, which is the EXO V5, which really gives that hydrophobic protection, makes the water bead on the car and just adds that extra layer of protection on top of the Crystal Serum Light. And again, there is enough in here to do 3 cars. And like the Crystal Serum Light ceramic coating, it is very easy to apply to the car. Right, a few seconds later, or a couple of hours for me, that car is now fully machine polished, and we'll move on to the next step, which is clay bar in the car. So we'll use about a third of the clay bar. We'll use Auto Finesse Glide Clay Lube, and that will just take off any more contaminants on there, and it's quite useful as well, because if there's any compounding dust or anything left over, it will also take that off. Right, clay bar in the car is very, very quick and easy. It'll probably only take us half an hour, 45 minutes to do the whole car. Just spray on the clay lube, then you get your clay bar, and you're literally just rubbing it across the paintwork in both directions, and it will pull off more contaminants in the paint. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So this is after this has been fully washed, compounded, so you'd think there'd be nothing left on there, but there you go. You can see there's already bits in there. So I'll be back in a minute. Let's get the whole car done. Right then, that's the car all clay barred now. It does look better. Pulled out quite a few contaminants, especially like tar and bits down on low on the car. The clay bar's quite good at pulling that sort of crud out. Now all we've got to do, we will be using this Gtechniq panel wipe. I would say that is stronger than panel wipe. It's quite potent, that stuff, and really that is just to remove any waxes, any oils, any residues that are still on there before we apply the ceramic coat. Very, very quick to do. Literally, you're just going and wiping over all the panels with a fresh microfiber cloth. So let me get that done. Right, so we're panel wiped off now. Good opportunity. While it was panel wiped off like that, I just went round with a touch-up pen, just touched up any stone chips and that we had. Next up, it's applying the Crystal Serum. Very, very easy this. We got a little pipette. We want to not go too mad. You probably want to put a little bit less on once you've sort of seeded the cloth a little bit. So yeah, that's probably about enough to start with, and then each time you just add a little bit more. I'm wearing gloves because they give you gloves, and then you literally just wipe it over like this. Very, very hard to see where you've been actually on a silver car. Make sure you cross over in a pattern like this, so you're making sure you're covering every centimetre, and then you literally give that about 5 minutes to dry. It doesn't sort of haze off, it almost hard to describe. It's like it beads. You can see the ceramic coating beading on the paintwork, and when it's beading, that means the paint has absorbed as much as it can, and it's time to start wiping it off. So that amount I've put on there, I think I'm just getting to the point where I need to start adding a little bit more, and I'll try and show you. Literally 5 minutes and then you buff it off. Right, so this is very hard to see on a light car, but hopefully if I get that in the right light, you'll see the ceramic coat like beads on the surface of the paint. That means it's absorbed all of the ceramic coating it can, and then it's literally time to start buffing off. So yeah, you don't leave it long, literally 5 minutes. Right, Crystal Serum all done. That's had just over an hour now. Now we're going to apply the EXO V5, which you apply pretty much in the same way as the serum. Just wipe it on there, make sure you get good coverage, buff it off after about 5 minutes. Right, that's the EXO V5 applied. You can see I've moved the car. It's basically dark outside now, so I don't quite have room in here to get around the car with the two minis in here, so I have to do it with the door open. So yeah, I've done all the car now. It took me just over 6 hours it is hard work. There's a lot of stages and a lot of elbow grease, but it is genuinely really worth it, I think. In terms of how much I've used, so there's probably just under a third of a bottle left. So I reckon I can probably do one of my other minis with that. So you could probably do two normal cars with that kit, or sort of 3 minis. It's hard to describe the depth of shine on the car though. It is just phenomenal. I think I said, like on one of my other videos, it is literally like you've applied a layer of glass. The car looks like it's been freshly sort of painted, still sort of wet lacquer on the car, but the depth of shine is just phenomenal. You see, I mean, I don't know whether you'll see before and after and notice the difference on camera, but to me, yeah, it is much better. I've done things like I've ceramic coated the headlights as well, or the headlight covers. They come out really good. I think what I'll do is, obviously I can't take photos of it outside at the moment, but we'll wait a day and cut back to some shots where I can get it outside in the sun and you can see what it looks like. But there you go, that's the process of ceramic coating my TVR Tamora. Right, so this is actually like a week later. I've done about 350-400 miles since then. Went on a bit of a road trip, so it got proper dirty. But as you can see, the beading on it, again, is just phenomenal. It definitely repels dirt. I mean, it makes it very easy to clean as well. Literally the microfiber mitt is just sliding over it. Very nice. Let's get it dried off and get it in the sun and we'll see what it looks like. Right, so there we go in all its glory. Now it's ceramic coated. Yeah, the paintwork on this is just lovely. Like all TVRs, you could have it in whatever colour you wanted. Literally anything. They would spray the car in that colour. And of course they're all hand built, so they're all hand sprayed. So you generally find the quality of the paintwork is very good. I wasn't sure about this grey to begin with, but it's, well, grey silver, but the metallic fleck in it really sort of pops, especially in the sunlight. You almost see different colours in it. Yeah, very pleased with that. Right, so that's the TVR all done and ceramic coated now. Hopefully you found that video useful. If you did, please do me a favour. Please share the video so others get to see it and it helps grow the channel. Remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber, please do consider subscribing to my channel. If you want to drop me a comment, I read all the comments and I will catch you again on the next one. Cheers.